Dealers and quick-lube shops don't tell Chevy owners this, but 70% of engine failures happen right after an oil change. Not because of the oil, because of the checking steps they skip that cost you thousands later. I'm exposing 5 check steps you must do after every oil change, plus 8 check steps that take your Chevy from surviving to thriving, including the one mistake that destroys more Chevy engines than anything else, and the simple check that can save your engine when everyone says it's dead. Let's go. Check number 1. Listen for new noises. Right after the change. Right after an oil change, your Chevy engine tells the truth through sound. Fresh oil can mask deeper problems, but it also reveals new ones. Listen during the first cold start after the change, from inside the cabin for about 30 seconds. A sharp ticking that wasn't there before points to lifters or VVT components not filling properly. A deeper knock signals bearing clearance outside safe range. A timing chain. Rattle indicates weak tensioners or delayed pressure. A quiet hum means normal. New clicking, knocking, or rattling means abnormal. If your Chevy sounds different, it's not breaking in. It's warning you. Catch it early. But the next step? It's what most owners never check, and it's the #1 killer after service. Check number 2. Monitor oil pressure with a gauge or scan tool. Your Chevy's oil pressure. Warning light is a last resort alert, not an early warning system. By the time that light turns on, oil pressure is already dangerously low and internal damage has often begun. Bearings, cam journals, and timing components rely on stable pressure every second. A brief pressure drop at highway speed can wipe out rod bearings in minutes. Modern Chevy trucks and SUVs often have digital oil pressure gauges in the instrument cluster. Use it. Healthy engines maintain 40 to 60 pounds per square inch at idle and 50 to 70 pounds per square inch cruising. Check pressure within 5 minutes of the oil change while idling. Sudden drops after an oil change point to wrong oil viscosity, a collapsing filter, or early pump wear. What to do if pressure is low? If you see below 30 pounds per square inch at idle or below 40 pounds per square inch cruising, shut off immediately and recheck oil level. Low pressure after an oil change means wrong viscosity, bad filter, or leak. If your Chevy doesn't have a gauge, buy a $30 Bluetooth OBD2 scanner. It plugs into your truck and shows live oil pressure on your phone. One tool. Lifetime protection. Oil pressure is your engine's heartbeat. And if you don't watch it, you won't see failure coming. And the next step? It prevents most engine wear from happening in the first place. Check number 3. Let oil circulate before revving. The next protection stage starts the moment you turn the key. Oil pressure is not instant, even in a Chevy. Fresh oil must travel through the pump, fill the filter, and reach the camshafts, bearings, and VVT system before full protection begins. During the first seconds after startup, large parts of the engine are still under-lubricated. Revving immediately after an oil change forces metal against metal before full oil film forms. Studies show that over 60% of engine wear happens during startup. On Chevy engines like the EcoTech Turbo, 5.3 V8 and 6.2 V8, early revving accelerates timing chain, cam gear, and bearing wear. How to do it. After oil change, start engine normally. Let it idle in park or neutral. Don't touch the gas pedal. Watch the oil pressure gauge climb. After 30 seconds, you're safe to drive gently. A calm 30-second idle after every oil change quietly adds years to your engine's life. Let the oil pressure build, let the system fill, then drive. But here's the thing. Even perfect circulation won't help if you're using the wrong oil. Check number 4. Match oil to your driving style and use Dexos Approved Oil. Most Chevy owners think any oil marked 5W30 or 0W20 is good enough. It's not. Modern Chevys require Dexos Approved Oil, and using the wrong type quietly shortens engine life. GM created the Dexos specification because modern engines run hotter, tighter, and under more stress than older designs. Dexos 1 is for gasoline engines. Dexos 2 is for diesels. Using generic bulk oil that isn't clearly labeled Dexos can affect your warranty and cause long-term deposits. How to check? Look for the Dexos certification logo on the bottle. If it's not clearly marked Dexos, don't use it. Generic meets Dexos requirements is not the same as certified, but even Dexos oil isn't enough if you're not matching it to how you actually drive. If you drive mostly short trips under 10 miles, use full synthetic Dexos 1. Short trips never fully heat the oil, which leads to fuel dilution, moisture buildup, and sludge. If you tow regularly or haul heavy loads, use 5W30 full synthetic Dexos 1. The thicker viscosity protects under sustained high temperatures and load. If you drive in extreme heat like Texas, Arizona, or Florida, use full synthetic Dexos 1, as it resists thermal breakdown far better than conventional oil. Bulk shop oil is chosen for cost, not for your engine's needs. Matching oil to how you actually drive directly determines how long your Chevy survives. And the next step? It's a $10 valve that most owners never check. Check number 5. Inspect the PCV valve. The PCV valve is one of the most overlooked parts on Chevy engines, yet it directly controls oil contamination and crankcase pressure. When the PCV valve clogs, pressure builds inside the engine and forces fuel, vapors, moisture, and acid straight into the oil. That contamination accelerates sludge formation and attacks seals from the inside out. Chevy engines suffering from heavy sludge almost always show long-term PCV neglect. On engines like the Ecotec Turbo, 5.3 V8 and 6.2 V8, Sulfakanitchitol restricted PCV system is a common contributor to oil consumption. Where to find it? On most Chevys, it's on the valve cover, top of engine, or intake manifold, side. It's a small plastic or metal valve that pulls straight out. Shake it. Rattle equals working. Silent equals replace. A $10 valve prevents $1,000 to $3,000 in gasket and sludge repairs. Clean oil cannot survive in a pressure cooker. Those are the 5 check steps you should do to prevent catastrophic failure. Now we'll go through the 8 check steps that take your Chevy past 300,000 miles. But before that, if you're finding this helpful, hit like and subscribe. Over 98% of viewers watch without subscribing. It costs nothing but helps us keep making videos like this. Let's keep going. Check number 6. Gentle first drive to prime. The system. The next protection stage happens on the first drive. New oil does not provide full protection until it circulates under real operating load. A calm 10 to 15 minute drive after each oil change allows fresh oil to coat piston skirts, pressurize Chevy's hydraulic timing chain tensioners, lubricate VVT actuators, and stabilize cam timing while temperatures equalize. Hard acceleration during this period forces thick, cold oil through tight clearances. Oil analysis shows that engines gently loaded after service produce 30 to 40% fewer wear metals in the first 500 miles. Chevy engines that receive this gentle post-service drive show far fewer timing chain rattle and VVT solenoid failures. Engines driven hard immediately develop dry cam scoring and uneven ring deposits. The difference isn't the oil brand, it's behavior. But even perfect driving habits won't help if there's a problem with the oil itself. Check number 7. Watch for oil aeration. Oil aeration is one of the fastest ways to destroy a Chevy engine silently. When oil becomes foamy, it fills with air bubbles that collapse under pressure. That collapse breaks the protective oil film on bearings, cam journals, and piston skirts. The most common causes are overfilling, incorrect viscosity, and driving hard before the oil fully warms. Chevy oil pumps are designed to move liquid, not foam. Lab testing shows that aerated oil can lose up to 50% of its load-carrying capacity, which means check parts are suddenly running unprotected. If you ever see bubbles or froth on the dipstick after an oil change, the engine is already at risk. Normal oil on the dipstick looks clear amber or slightly darker. Aerated oil looks milky, cloudy, or has visible foam. If you see this right after an oil change, you've either overfilled or used the wrong viscosity. Drain and refill immediately with the correct amount and correct grade. Foamy oil doesn't lubricate, it grinds. And the next step? It's check for turbocharged Chevys, but most owners skip it. Check number 8. Let turbocharged engines idle before shutdown. If your Chevy has a turbocharged engine, never shut it off immediately after hard driving, towing, or highway speeds. Turbos spin at over 100,000 revolutions per minute and reach 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit. When you shut the engine off immediately, oil stops flowing, but the turbo is still extremely hot. When that trapped oil cooks inside the turbo bearings and forms carbon deposits that destroy the turbo over time. Modern Chevys with turbos include the Equinox, Trailblazer, Malibu Turbo, and some Silverado 2.7 turbos. After hard driving or towing, let the engine idle for 30 to 60 seconds before shutting off. This allows oil to continue flowing and cooling the turbo bearings. A 30-second cool down prevents $2,000 to $3,000 turbo replacement. Now, let's cover the basic post-change checks most shops rush through. Check number 9. Recheck oil level the right way. After filling oil to the proper mark, don't trust the first reading. Fresh oil doesn't instantly settle into every passage of a Chevy engine. The correct method requires patience. After filling, let the engine idle for 30 seconds. This allows the pump to push oil through the filter, highest galleries, and upper cylinder head. Shut off the engine and wait 5 minutes. Only after that does the oil level stabilize enough for a true reading. Skipping the second check is one of the silent reasons Chevy engines fail from oil starvation despite appearing properly serviced. Running low starbs bearings, overfilling causes the crankshaft to whip air into the oil, creating foam. Recheck every time. Check number 10. Check the drain plug. Seal. One of the most common causes of sudden Chevy engine failure after an oil change is a slow drain plug leak that goes unnoticed. Chevy drain plugs rely on soft crush washers or integrated seals to create a proper seal. Once crushed, they're designed to be replaced, not reused. Reusing an old washer can allow oil to escape slowly, but sometimes losing one full quart over 1,000 miles without forming a visible puddle. At highway speeds, even a small oil loss can drop pressure fast enough to starve rod bearings in seconds. After every oil change, the plug area should be cleaned, torqued correctly with a new washer, and rechecked after a short idle. A $1 washer protects a $6,000 engine. After the physical checks, don't forget the digital one. Check number 11. Reset the oil life monitor. Modern Chevy engines don't rely only on mileage to decide oil change intervals. The GM Oil Life Monitor calculates oil life using engine temperature, RPM, load, trip length, and driving style. If the system isn't reset after an oil change, the ECU continues operating on old data that can trigger early warnings, delayed reminders, and in some cases, improper fuel trimming and throttle response. Chevys driven with an incorrect maintenance reminder are more likely to miss service windows by 2,000 to 4,000 miles. That gap alone is enough to accelerate sludge formation and timing chain wear. Resetting the system takes seconds. On most Chevys, go to Vehicle Information on your dash, scroll to Oil Life, and hold Set/Reset for 5 seconds until it reads 100%. Clean oil without a proper reset is like new brakes without bleeding the line. The hardware is ready, but the system still thinks it's worn out. Check number 12. Check for valve cover leaks. Valve cover leaks on Chevy engines often start silently, and most drivers miss them because they don't always form puddles on the ground. Oil can drip directly onto hot exhaust components, where it burns away before ever reaching the driveway. Over time, that heat bakes nearby wiring, oxygen sensors, and ignition coils. Oil-contaminated coils and sensors are a frequent cause of misfires on high-mileage Silverados, Tajos, and Suburbans. After every oil change, the valve cover perimeter should be inspected by touch and sight. If the surface feels slick, a leak has already begun. A $40 gasket replaced early prevents $600 to $1,200 in electrical and sensor damage later. Oil leaks never stay cosmetic. Check number 13. Log. Every oil change Chevy engines don't just fail from neglect, they fail from forgotten history. Most owners rely on memory to track oil changes, and memory is unreliable. Missing even one interval by a few thousand miles can accelerate sludge, timing wear, and oil consumption. A simple log protects you in 3 ways. When it prevents missed intervals that destroy engines. It helps diagnose problems early when oil darkens faster than normal or levels drop unexpectedly. And it increases resale value by 10 to 20% when you can prove consistent maintenance. Log the date, mileage, oil type, and filter used. A $2 notebook or a phone note can protect a $6,000 engine. Engines last longer when maintenance becomes documented routine, not guesswork. So next time you plan to change your transmission fluid, remember one thing. Most Chevy engines fail not because oil was changed, but because these steps were skipped, the wrong way or at the wrong time. If this helped, hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments which step surprised you the most, and check out the video on your screen to keep your Chevy running longer. I'll see you in the next one.